Oh, my friends, I've had a nightmare. As you can see, the curtains that just let through all light are... It's morning. It's episode... whatever the fuck it is. It's episode 71. So let me tell... Let's do some story time. We're just doing one game this episode because I want to go to fucking bed. But let me take you through the fun evening that I've had. So... we started off this sort of session. I've recorded the last two episodes and this one in one session. So 2 games into the season we were. Loaded up, recorded the episode, all was fun and good and lovely in the world. Then I played about 8 games or whatever it was in between the episodes. It took about 6 hours in total. Played about 8 games in between episodes and then recorded a second episode, then did another 8 games. And it was all going well. And I thought, okay, I'm going to record the third episode, episode 71, whatever this episode is. It's a bit confusing because I'm tired. So I thought I'd launch OBS, which is the recording program, so I could, record. And I always save the game just before and do anything weird. And also OBS has a weird thing of occasionally when I launch OBS, it just freezes my computer. So I thought, okay, save the game, and I saved to cloud. So I saved the game, launched OBS, it crashed. It froze my computer. So I was like, okay, happens like 1 every 10 times. Restarted the computer, no bother, launched OBS first, launched Football Manager, went to load the game. Save can't be loaded, mate. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it not loading? Whether it was because it froze, I saved the game, but then I froze straight afterwards, and then maybe it didn't have time to upload it to the cloud, or whatever reason, the game wouldn't load. And so I was like, okay, I can load an alternate version, because I have usually 3 rolling auto saves every couple of weeks, so not a big problem. Loaded up my second oldest version, and it was before I started the session tonight, so back to 2 games into the season, and that's the latest save I had. Reason being is I turned off autosave the other day on my Journeyman because I was just spending a load of time just continuing looking for a job for the Journeyman series, so I didn't want it to continue, and it takes ages to autosave. But stupidly, Football Manager, when you change the preferences for things like autosave, it changes the preferences for all your saves, so it didn't autosave at all. I was back to 2 games into the season, right? There's nothing more annoying. There probably is things more annoying. Just having to replay games in Football Manager, I find so annoying that I've already done. Especially when we're talking about whatever it was. I think we were 16 games into the season. So I was like, fuck's sake, I don't want to have to sit here for another 6 hours, 5 hours doing 16 games plus league game, cup games, so probably like 18, 20 games or whatever it is to get back to where I was that I've recorded. And I also didn't want to just not use those videos. I just spent 6 hours recording 2 videos. So I thought, okay, what I'll do, because I had the recording of last episode, so I knew, for instance, on episode 70, that, hang on, I'm trying to find it. I knew how many points we were on after 16 games, which was 34, I think. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to instant result, which I'd never used before. I've got a few things to say about that instant result. I know it's not an official thing. It's part of the skin I use, but Jesus Christ, there's a lot of red cards. So I thought I'm not going to replay it to get exactly the same result in every game because that would take weeks, right? So I didn't even care who I won or lost against as long as I ended up with 34 points after the 16 games. I also made sure that in the cup games, we got to the same game. So, for instance, in the back at the beginning of the season, we played Leeds, and I know we beat them 1-0 originally, so I kept saving and reloading them till we beat them. I didn't care what the result was, just as long as the end result was the same. Don't care what the scoreline was. Took about 4 reloads, and then we beat them 4-2, right? And I made sure we won all the same things. I made sure we got to the 3rd round of the League Cup. Luckily, and this is the only silver lining, we drew Chelsea in the League Cup 3rd round, meaning we made about 400 grand. So I see that as payment for the bollocks that I've had to go through for the last 6 hours. So we caught all the way up. I made sure that this was a fun one because I got all the way up to where we were. And I was like, okay, but I need to lose this last game to make the points the same as they were. I think it was or draw. No, I think I needed to draw the Crew game to make it the same points. And I just kept winning. I just kept fucking winning. I've never saved and reloaded a game before, and to make sure that I lose, or draw rather, it was bizarre. And instant result is not a fun system because it just basically simulates the game. You get what the AI does, which is pretty crap ratings for players. I'll show you them in a minute. But we then lost against Charlton, as we did. Also, I kept beating them, and then out of nowhere... we kept beating them, and then out of nowhere, one of the instant results, 6-3. We lost 6-3. Gary Allen Pardew scored 4 goals. Fucking cock. Right, so we beat Eastleigh this time in the FA Cup first round. So then since then, we beat Bury on penalties, which was weird because that was what happened when I first played this. 3-3, and then it went to penalties. We won. We're through to the knockout stage. We beat Salford 5-1, and we beat Southend 3-1. And so we're back to where we pretty much were, right? I played a couple of extra games. I did want to come back for the FA Cup, but I want to go to bed, and I wanted to get a third episode video recorded. So I think, if nothing else, this video deserves a pity like. I did all the same transfer business. Luckily, we'd done all our transfer business apart from that left back that we'd signed for January, which I've redone. Also, this time, you know the, what's his name? Dutch guy. Wim was his name, wasn't it? Wim, what's his surname? Memory. Wim something. He decided not to join me this time. So I'd already loaned out Patrick Mead, who I did the first time round, and then I had to recall him immediately because we didn't get him in, and it was like he declined us like on deadline day just for funsies and stuff like that. So as you can see, the ratings, they're a little bit better now because I've played the last few games properly, but some of the ratings have been pretty turdage and all over the place. Like I said, lots of red cards, quite regular red cards. But we're back to where we were. That's the main thing. At the end of the day, we're back to pretty much exactly the same points we were on. So that's the main goal. We're in the same cups and all that good stuff. So there's no cheating or changes in that way. Like I said, the only money we did make is we got almost £500,000 from the Chelsea game, which I see as payment. Right, so we're just going to do the one game today. We are top of the league. I think it's closer than it was last time. I can't remember now. But we're 4 points top of the league still. Good goal difference. Let's just get straight into it. Weirdly, this time around, Baldwin, who was banging him in as our third choice striker, struggling a bit, although he's got 7 assists. Who knew? It's almost like the game is completely random and we have no impact whatsoever. I try not to think about stuff like that because I start going, actually, is that true? Tony Leslie, however, is a beastie monster. I'm actually just resting him because he's played 22 games so far this season. The good thing about the instant result system is that you can still do pick your team and everything, and then you just go to instant results. It's not like you're holidaying and have no control. It's a better way of doing it. Right, so let's get on with it. I even signed that same shitty ball-winning midfielder, even though I found a better one, because I thought, no, I'll get the same guy, so he's in. Good stuff. Right, okay, let's do this, but we're not even on fucking game day. Just kill me. Just kill me. Can life get any worse? Am I even recording? Is the mic on? Oh, Jesus. Look at that fucking mess of a green screen. There's just no way of blocking out the light. I'd have to put a big blanket over it. Right, okay, we're playing Rochdale. We're at home. See, this is the sort of shit I go through, man. Yeah? First world problems, I know. But this is what I go through to give you videos. Right. Because it's weird, because I could have just, when the crash happened, gone, you know what, fuck it, I'll deal with it next recording session. But I was like, I'd already sort of said to myself, I want to get 3 videos done tonight, if possible. And so I was like, in my brain, I was like, no, that is what we are doing. So then I forced myself to stop. It's now 8:15 a.m. in the morning. Right then, lads, let's take it all back. And Adkins was getting loads of assists this time last save before the crash, and now he's only got 1 goal, 3 assists. Is that a pretty shitty season? He'd got 7 assists, I think, at this point last time round. It's okay. It's okay, right? As long as Maddison's still scoring and he's not broken his leg or anything, we're all good. Oh, and also, weirdly, Ashby Hammond is a much better goalkeeper. Like, the comparison thing, like, because in the before crash, or BC, Steve Peacock was by far our number 1. He's a slightly better goalkeeper, right? And if we look at the statistics, he's played 4 more games, right? And conceded 10 less goals. Weirdly, if you want to comparing goalkeepers like a normal person, pass completion, yeah, that's cool. You wouldn't give a shit about assists per 90 minutes. But maybe save completion, saves attempted, goalkeeper-y type statistics game. There's no way of looking actually at that without just looking individually at each person and shit. It just seems an obvious comparison for me. Right, okay, let's get this done, boys. I want to win, finish on a high. We're all good. At least that's what I've been sitting here for the last hour, right? Saving, reloading, instant resulting to get similar results. Going, at least we made 400k from the Chelsea game. At least we made 400k from the Chelsea. It's cost me an extra 2 hours of work, but at least we got 400k from the Chelsea game. I think that's a fair payment. And we've injured 2 of their players, so good stuff. Right, I'm not liking this sunshine lark, though. It's overrated. Right, Adkins. Lovely ball across, and Maddison just hits it over the bar. We will actually have a quick look, see if we can ask the board for a cheeky expansion. Now we've got that extra half milskis. They'll say fuck off, but, it's worth a pop. Right, here we go, boys. Come on. I want to end on high. Please, can we just end on a win? Yes, Reedy, nice. Lynch comes away with it. The Loney. Brinkley. Little man Brinkley. He is, somebody mentioned, he is the Sandy Willie of this say. Oh, what a finish, Baldwin. Oh, my word. That is a stunning finish on the left peg as well. Look at this. Look at this. He's the right-hand-sided Sandy Willie. Look at this. First time as well. Oh, my word. It's only his 4th goal of the season, but we'll take it. Thank you, Baldwin, for giving me that little gift to end my evening on a high. I appreciate your efforts. Is that guy's name Purrington? That's not a fucking name, is it? That's some sad, lonely woman who names her cat. It's Mr. Purrington. That's no. That can't be a proper name. Right, Brinkley. Loads of space for Brinkley. If he can find the ball across, needs to go near post, so decides to do the opposite, and Adkins just hits the post. Oh, referee. Yeah, there were so many yellow and red cards, man. I got fined. The club got fined twice for having so many yellow cards. Which is weird, because how does that happen more? How is that more likely than... Because the team instructions are the same. So why are simulated games much more likely to produce yellow and red cards? We had 4 or 5 send-ins off and about 50 yellows. But we're cruising, boys. We're getting the job done. The team have raised their game for this final one. That'll do. Brinkley. Lovely. Back post again, and Baldwin's missed it. Come on, boys. You get to that stage of the evening where your voice starts to go. You go a bit Sean Dyche. And you never go full Sean Dyche. Right, I do appreciate your efforts, lads. How's everybody's fitness levels? Not too bad. Come on, boys. We're going to go up this season, boys. Right? We're strengthening in January. I've actually I signed another player as well that's coming in January. So I reckon we're going to get back-to-back promotions. I don't do back-to-back promotions. As you well know, we get stuck in leagues for years. Which, to be fair, is that onside? Yep, is realistic that you don't get back-to-back promotions. But we're Leicester in it. We're flying up the leagues. We're doing a Bournemouth. That's just terrible, Paul. Oh, what is that? That's horrific. Baldwin gets his second. Oh, we're looking for number 4. Go on, one of the centre-backs. That'd be nice. Or Brinkley. Baldwin, looking for his hat-trick. Baldwin! Oh, he's hit the crossbar. It's decent, lads. It is decent. I'm going to give Patrick Mead some game time. And Sammy Amio, Bimmy. So, obviously, from now on, I will be playing the game normally again. It's just so we're all caught up. And I'm going to just praise you, like I should. There it is, boys. There it is. Look at that. And we just switched off. We got the 3 goals. Went, right, job done, lads. Just chill out, relax, enjoy yourself. Walk in the park, this one, lads. They are struggling, to be fair. Rochdale in 14th. So it was definitely a good one. We're still only 4 points off, though. Barrow at bottom. Oh, Barrow and Southend have been cut adrift. That's 7 points off. That's bad, lads. That's it. There it is. Comfortable 3-0 victory. Appreciate their efforts. I have tried to sign Baldwin on a permanent deal, but I was like, because his parent club is Preston, and I thought, I don't know, they might be League One Preston, they might be League Two, like Championship, and they're actually Preston are in the Premier League. So I thought, even better chance. They don't even need the money, but they won't sell him. So fuck them. Right. Ricketts amazed as Rochdale fake. Well, I don't know. It's expected, isn't it? Like we're top of the league. I don't know if you've noticed. They're down the bottom, and it's at home. So if anything, it would have been amazed if Rochdale won. Just saying. Right, let's have a look at the transfers. Where the fuck are we transfers? Why does this never pop up? There we go. So yeah, Lee Jones is the one we got before. Did the same deal, 4K, going up to 10K if he plays 50. And then this guy, I just like the idea, like he's Cabin Teely. I know. He's never going to be a superstar, but I like his physicals, and he's on really cheap wages. And I think just as a backup striker, not striker, that would be weird. He's got one finishing. As a backup sort of centre back, I think he's a decent option. My scouts really rate him. Loves a big match, which is always a 4.5-star potential. So I don't see that because he's 23 years old. If he was 18, I'd go, okay, yeah. He's 23, to be fair. He's playing in the Irish First Division. But yeah, not a bad little pickup. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the expenditure because obviously we're looking to leave. Josh Wright's looking to leave. Maybe in January. I think that means I can get rid of Joe Wright, rather. And that halves his wages. So that's another 250 quid a week we're saving. All the little savings, boys. Who have we got in the cup? Because it's obviously a different draw now. We're playing Wickham, who are 4th in the League One. Good. Bollocks. I was hoping for somebody beatable, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's go and finish up by asking the board for the stadium. They won't get annoyed by this at all, will they? Oh my God! Oh, it's like the FM gods have just given me something after the shitty night that I've had, and they've gone, you know what? Go on then. That's why they gave me the Chelsea draw for the extra money, because they felt sorry. It was a pity draw. Right, we got 3,600. I think I'd be annoyed if it's less than 5,000. Ideally, we're looking at 5,500, 6,000. Right? Come on. 4.8. Okay, I can't. Beggars can't be. It's £1.4 million. It's going to be a year as well. That's not too bad. I think that's worth it. I think that's definitely worth it. We've got to think of long-term stability. If we go up to League One, a bunch of players are going to get higher wages. Attracting players is going to mean higher wages, and surviving in that is going to be bigger finances. So I think it's definitely worth doing, rather than the training facilities again, or the youth facilities. We need to get, this is the key, because we've got the fans. We're filling out the stadium every week. We've got the fans. We just need a place for them to sit. And we might actually get rid of our 21 standing area bit as well. Oh my God, I can't believe they did it. 1.4 million. That's not like all our money, isn't it? Good stuff. Right, there we go. Sorry about the technical difficulties and mess ups, guys. It's the best I could do. I didn't want to lose the 2 videos and then just record them again, and like as if it had never happened for you guys. I thought I'd be honest, tell you what's gone on, made sure we had the same amount of points, so there was no sort of, nobody can consider it cheating and stuff. So thank you very much. I'm off to bed. Bye-bye.